Hashtag SCOUSE Megaphone Man. At on Misty Bones on Twitter. Follow me. Follow me on Facebook, Misty Bones. I centre around forced adoption, and I've just done a video on Facebook. Personal therapy video on Facebook. Aimed at a few home truths of the government on forced adoption, and Facebook seems to think that they can keep taking me posts down. So hence why I've come onto YouTube to do a live stream on YouTube, because the government needs to be told how it is. And when government and got social services and they run around the community, they take your child off you. They come into your home. So social workers come into your home, they judge you, they tell fibs about you on paper when they get back to the office, and then they come back later to say, oh, we've got this meeting, oh, we've got that meeting, oh, we've got the other meeting. Then all untruths are told, and it's all put down on paper. But these families, once the social services get involved with these families, tend to fall apart pretty quick. I was going through the Misty Bones case. The social workers come around my house and said, oh yeah, Mr. Bones, and I'm like, yeah, baby, yeah. The minute we went in hospital, they was on us. Winding us up in meetings, winding us up in contact, writing bad things about us in contact, ignored the police, still went to court and said I was a terrorist and a violent armed robber. And the social workers are not being held to account. But the government in the UK don't want me getting out there. And I'll give children a voice. And I've just done a serious live feed on Facebook, which is part of my therapy as a failed looked after child. And government and Facebook between themselves have taken it down. Hence why I'm on YouTube. I can prove my local council perjured themselves. I'm slowly getting out there. Now I'm about change, hashtag SCOUSE Megaphone Man. It's about change for children all over this world. And this is what my government is scared of. That's why they're taking down my videos and stopping me from getting out there. Because we've got children all over this world. And social services make a law to themselves. Code of conduct, law breaking, everything be going on. Now, I was taken off my parents at the age of 6 years of age and put into a boarding school. Lower League Child Abuse. Google it, you'll see. Now, all my life, all I've ever wanted is my mum, my dad. The minute they took me, that's all I wanted was my mum and dad. I'm 43 years of age, still shouting out for my mum and dad. I've done a serious Facebook Live before. It was taken down. So I'm echoing what was said. No one listened to me as a child. Nobody. No professionals listened to me. Nobody. My mum didn't listen to me. I went from the care system into a young offenders institution. I couldn't hold the relationship down. I had a drug problem with cannabis. I was taking ecstasy tablets and going out raving every chance I could. And I turned the corner in my life. I managed to hold the job down as a scaffolder. And I turned the corner in my life. Because social workers in the UK came and stole my child off me. Said I was a terrorist and a violent armed robber. I threatened to sit in the bushes and shoot members of the public and never phone the police. My government don't want me getting out there. I'll tell everyone in Australia, the States, New Zealand, everywhere where there's loads of social services corruption. I'll speak for the child. Well, I got my kid back. And I see chief executive of my council, Thurrock Council, and the leader in my high street. So I go into megaphone man moment. Tell the community what these two pair are. The chief executive and the leader of our council. They employ people like these, I'm pointing at the civil enforcement officers, to give all you lot fines for dropping your cigarette butts on the floor. And these two, the chief executive and the leader, scurried off up the high street. The two rats up a skating board. Now, I'd like to say to you, Rob Gledhill, you called your baby Thatcher. And you give all the tabloids all the old spill. Oh, it wasn't because of Margaret Thatcher. What a load of rubbish, mate. You've done it for a publicity stunt. No other reason. Now, the leader of this council, Rob Gledhill, Thurrock Council, he knew all about it. I had a good chat with him about my case in the 2015 election when I was being used for votes for Jackdaw Price MP. Rob Gledhill knows all about what's been going on. He takes his job on as a leader of the council, and when I challenge him, he says, "Oh, I don't need to be listening to this." Now, the leader of this council, when I asked him, "How would you like it?" he turned around to me and said, "I'll do what you did, Jack," which is also a load of rubbish. Because when you're provoked by social workers, let me tell you, Rob Gledhill, you would not cope with your missus wailing for the kid she just delivered. You wouldn't be able to cope with that, let alone the social workers on your case. And this is the leader of my council, waffles. He doesn't even like being interrupted in the cabinet. He gets the amp. Ooh, is it worth me carrying on? So this is a guy who's the leader of our council, reckons he could have done what I've done. Well, if he could have done what I've done, why aren't we dealing with the issue? Rob Gledhill, Chief Executive of the Council, Lynn Carpenter, what are you doing? You've got children. Don't you feel bad? I was a failed looked after child at the establishment. The government didn't care about me. They didn't care about all the problems I had when I was leaving care. Criminal convictions, and the problem. Couldn't trust no professionals. Drug problem, drinking, smoking. They failed me. Social workers failed me badly. Badly. I don't get no justice for all the abuse going on at my boarding school, Lower Lee. The government keep it all quiet in this country. Lower Lee boarding school child abuse, all kept quiet. No justice for the kids that are battered in there like me. I'll get myself mental therapy, health therapy, and hypnotherapy, which was a success. I'll then go on to have a cannabis problem, which I controlled, and I went away and I was fine as a scaffolder. I go to voluntary services at my council and say to them, "I've got a cannabis problem." So the woman sexually exploits herself in front of me, gets all herself out and all. I couldn't believe it. So I didn't trust the voluntary services now. And then what happens? Social workers nick my kid. I'll see this as more therapy. Hashtag SCOUSE megaphone man. And I feel your pain. All you people, I feel your pain. The government don't want to listen to my ideas. The government is scared of me. I got really emotional. I was upset. They took it down. They don't want me getting out there. And the bottom line is, the government don't know how to deal with it. They're scared. They're running scared. I'm going to court on this matter because I am that child's voice. I know how all them children are feeling that have been taken off their parents. And what we've got is a social services that doesn't even, the assess the kids coming into the care system. These kids in the care system now got drug problems, cannabis problems, drinking, smoking, getting into trouble. Kids before the 16, no problem. You need to leave in care some of these kids. Not equipped for open society. Proper life. Angry. Attitude problems. The police will have to deal with it. The government don't care about them. They're making money. They're telling the economy well. They're going to go and commit loads of offences. They're going to make insurance companies, jobs for solicitors. The government don't care about your pound in your pocket because they want it. Every last pound. I shout for kids all over the world. This forced adoption is something else. And it's about time all the people started realising that hashtag SCOUSE megaphone man's videos are being taken down at an alarming rate. There's like 3 or 4 videos. I've had to change my internet provider just to get a video out there. The press won't come near me because they're part of the propaganda wheel of the government. They don't want to come near me, the press. I mean, and I understand that if you don't want to come near me, all you tabloids. You know what I mean? You don't want change for children, and so be it. But you can't control what the people want to do. And if the people want to see constantly more videos are not being challenged, but they're being taken down, what does that say to you, government? What does that say to you? Dirty, underhanded tactics, mate. That's what it is not to get me out there. But I've come onto YouTube, and we're going to see what we can do on YouTube from now on, because I'm going to go out my way to carry on. Because a combat at social services is a successful therapy for hashtag SCOUSE megaphone man, for being failed at the hands of his establishment of UK Parliament. You know what I mean? They do nothing for the kids in this country that are being failed. They do nothing. 40% of kids are coming out of the care system failed. No compensation, no justification for what they've gone through and seen and experienced in the care system. Passed from pillar to post to all these strange fostering families because they don't settle. They don't care how that kid's feeling over night time when it's crying its eyes out. They don't care. You know, I'm 43 years of age and I still weep and cry for my mum and dad. My mum doesn't speak to me because of guilt. She don't speak to me. I cry for my mum. I don't speak to my dad. I cry for my dad. I should be at the age of 43 years of age, be going out taking my mum. Oh, come on, we're going for dinner today, mum. Come on, Dad, we're going to go and have a game of snooker. I can't do that. I haven't even got grandparents for my children because of what the social services have done to me. So why giving me my kids back? Look at the damage you've done. Look at the damage you've done to my kids. Future grandparents. I sit there, like I'm echoing what I've done on Facebook. I sit there and my mind wanders. And I sit there and I think, shall I go to an old people's home and rescue an old man and an old woman that's being battered? Shall I do that? This is now my mum and dad. I'll look and love and nurture these two. So my kids have got a nan and a granddad. My missus doesn't speak to her mum and dad. Me, don't speak to my mum and dad. My kids are at that stage now talking about nan and granddad. Hope you're proud of that, government. You failed me badly. Badly. And that's what it's all about in the UK, profiting the children's services. And Ed Timpson, MP, or he used to be an MP, Ed Timpson, you should be ashamed of yourself, mate, all the money you've earned. Why haven't you stuck your head up? Do you know what I mean? Why haven't you stuck your head up, mate? You've earned how much money out of it? Fostering and adoption agencies and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? Ruthless, mate. And you wonder why me pushes on. I'm never angry. I'm never gonna break the law against the establishment because I don't want the establishment having the satisfaction of saying, I told you what he was like, didn't I? We told you, give it time. We told you he was going to hang himself. Do you know what I mean? In terms of committing offences. I'm not your Nigel Farage. I'm not your Nick Clegg or your Jeremy Corbyn. I'll hold government to account. All talking absolute rubbish, mate. At the end of the day, none of them MPs will out for themselves. And it's about time these people started realising in hashtag SCOUSE megaphone, man. Because I'm about rolling funds. That's what I am about. Rolling funds for children throughout the world. Throughout the world. Not only the UK, throughout the world. Because these child sex killers and these child paedophiles, you know what I mean? We should be emptying all the jails of them child sex killers and paedophiles and sticking drugs in them to see if we can cure children's diseases. And I'm talking about going with the times, right? We're in 2017. They're not part of our society, right? They're not part of our society at all. And the taxpayers sitting and paying tax to keep them people in prison. And we could be curing children's diseases all around the world. Do you know what I mean? By testing these drugs, putting them into humans and testing these humans. Because once you take a child's right, you haven't got no right. And the taxpayer and the police, they get the shitty end of the stick because they've got to run around protecting them, chasing after people that's beating them up. Do you know what I mean? The prisons are overrun with them. In the UK, they can't control the prisons. They can't control the prisons. Look at Birmingham. They can't even get a grip of that place properly. And it's going to happen, Theresa May, constantly. It's going to happen because these paedophiles are not accepted in society. They're not. And I'm talking 2017 times, going with the times. Our government, they don't care about the internet. They give the internet so that it's easier for people to get to children easier. Because they don't police it properly. They don't. You know, all these women that are dressing up in school uniforms on webcams. You know what I mean? That's glorifying paedophilia. Well, I don't know why these are nicked. And in the UK here, they're allowing child sex dolls coming through customs and all that now. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's going to prevent them from attacking a child because we've got a doll. No, it's going to glorify the fact that they're going to want to go and do it. So this government, right, they're deluded regarding children's services, and they say, oh, it's not for profit. And clearly it is when you look through it all. They're talking absolute rubbish to the people. And I hashtag Scouts Megaphone, man. He's a man of the people. You don't want to be listening to this Jeremy Corbyn and the Nick Cleggs and all the rest of it. They're quick enough to draw all their wages. They don't know how you feel. They don't know what it's like to be sitting in contact and be judged by two people. They don't know that a man's crying every single night. You know what I mean? I'll feel their pain. I'll feel their pain, especially when they're being adopted. Because I'll sit and I'll look at my child and I'll say, I've got my child back, but where was she meant to go? Why did they take her? Why? Why did they so badly break the law to take her and get caught doing it? Why, government? Why did you feel the need to ignore the police and say I was a terrorist and a violent armed robber, and you still put it on adoption forms, and you still stood an oath, and you still, all to the last wire, committed perjury to try and adopt more kids? Why did you do that? Why did the social workers do that? And in this country, social workers are immune from prosecution, and that's the way it seems. That's the way it seems. And when places like Manchester get shot up with guns and all that, the social services, the tabloids and these papers and all these news channels, they don't broadcast the facts. They don't want you to know. They don't want you people to know the hate, the anger it causes. Social workers are causing. But what they do want you to know is about the crime rate and how the crime on the streets going up and all the rest of it, and how the police are not coping with it. Yeah, they'll cut the police's budget down. They'll moan out the police is not doing a good job. Yeah, and then who gets the shitty end of the stick about all this? It's the police, because the community are angry, because the social services are failing the community at an alarming rate. They're even failing our old people in the UK. And I've got a big work engine on Facebook that follow me in the States. Do you know what I mean? And this is a worldwide problem, adoption, and them not seeing their kids. And I'm speaking for the child. You know what I mean? I'm speaking for the child. I know what it's like to be that child and cry for its father. I know how it feels when social workers are saying, oh, don't worry. I know how it feels when your mum's telling you lies about your dad. I know how it feels when that child's listening to that. Being portrayed dad's bad. Do you know what I mean? That child still loves dad, even though it's been told that. I know that child feels that. Even though I'm being told that's really bad, I'll still love my dad. I'll still love my dad. And I'm speaking for the child. And I still grieve for that dad and that mum that I'm being prevented from seeing. And I'm hashtag Scouse Megaphone, and I give children a voice right across the board. Whether it be forced adoption, whether it be women not seeing their kids, I speak right across the board. Because at the end of the day, children are our future. And we're all human. And there's no cheating at this game. And government are all about greed. They don't give a shit about these leading 10 companies full of sugar, decaying our teeth for the children, Do you know what I mean? They don't care about the pain these kids are going through. We can take medication. These kids can't take the medication we take. So can you imagine what these kids are feeling? And all this is about greed. All money, money, money. That's what it's all about. All the wars around the world, it's all about money. Oil, securing this, securing that. Oh, more face first. The Rothschild thing, I don't know what it's all about. But at the end of the day, we should be embracing life as people. You know what I mean? We should all just walk away from our governments if they're not listening, because we put them there. We put them there. And if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? Like, look at the government in the UK at the minute. For the last year and a half, 2 years, it's been non-stop dealing with the froth of Brexit. We're not dealing with the day job of Britain. Do you know what I mean? Sorting Britain out. Our NHS is crumbles, and our hashtag SCOUSE megaphone is about change. It's about reducing that 86,000 posts going in the NHS and bringing them all back. Reducing that food bank, do you know what I mean, from 6 to 67,000, reducing it down. Do you know what I mean? And an alarming rate, rapido. Do you know what I mean? Combating the social care. Because more therapy is about a successful therapy for hashtag SCOUSE megaphone, man, is a combated social care, because all it's going to do is ease the police, and it's going to ease the NHS. The old people are going to be happy and be able to relax and live their life out. In the UK, they don't. They're selling all their assets to get care in their care homes, and the social workers are splitting them up, and they're getting battered in these care homes. And do you know what? These people are getting banged up for it. Yet all these professionals, they'll make decisions and all that, and then the result of all them decisions we'll end up with a great big fire at Grenfell Tower. An accident happened, and then before you know it, loads of people have been killed, and then corporate manslaughter, which is a fine. And I don't see the justice in the UK. It's up its arse. And the police get the shitty end of the stick. And hashtag SCOUSE megaphone, man, is about rolling funds. Anything I do in social care and raising money for Alzheimer's in the NHS and anywhere else like the police, it's all about rolling funds. And that's what it's about, because I'll tell you, government, I've lived it. And you tick on the street and you don't pay your tick bill, you're banging trouble. And it's about time we went with the times with government, because it's all about borrow. It's not all about borrow. That's what the government want you to do. Borrow. Bright House, payday lenders, this, that and the other. You know what I mean? They chuck it all in the mix. Provident, Greenwoods, catalogues. Then they chuck a load of loads of betting shops in the high street, because they want you to spend all your money. They think that's what they want you to do. They're taking you for mugs. Mugging his money is easily party. And that's what the government think you people are. And hashtag SCOUSE megaphone, man, is a man of the people. And the government are waking up and seeing that hashtag SCOUSE megaphone, man, is rising from the dirt, mate. He's rising from the slums. And that's what they think I am. I'm a slum boy because I'm shouting for all you people. And you don't want me getting out there shouting for all you people, to make it easy for all you people throughout the world. Because at the end of the day, it'd be great to have a zero tolerance on burglary and beating old grannies up and mugging people in the street and breaking into shops and robbing them and breaking into charity shops. It'd be fantastic. You know what I mean? It would reduce the prison numbers by getting all the paedophiles out of there and sending them to the NHS labs, and to see if we can cure children's diseases, to keep our loved ones with us. Do you know what I mean? Because these hospitals, they spend millions of pounds on keeping these children alive and doing fantastic jobs curing diseases. If they had all this help, as in the paedophiles, where they've lost their rights, do you know what I mean? Because they've abused children or killed children, then maybe we'd still have children here today like Charlie God in the UK, Jermaine Defoe, the footballer, very close friend of his, as a little boy. Illnesses we could be curing, and these good friends of Jermaine Defoe's, they could be still with us, and we wouldn't be doing like you got the footballers, Les Ferdinand, Big Shaq going at you for what you're doing down at Grenfell Tower. Why have us, the people, always got to do stuff? And I'll say to the government in the UK again, the food banks, we produce our food, we donate it when we go to the supermarket, So us, the people, are clearing up the government's mess all over the place, and all they're interested in is keeping getting in your pan. Now, the government can take my videos down. I don't get any on. But all it's doing is giving me drive. I'm gonna take this like a hyena, mate, and I'm gonna shake the life out of it, because the government is something else. And I've got kegs here, they're not gonna move. Do you know what I mean? In no worry. Because I am gonna bring down my government on forced adoption. You know what I mean? I'm gonna legally commit treason on forced adoption because the social services in the UK think they're a law above themselves and immune from prosecution. And it's not going to happen. I feel your pain, people. You know, I got really an emotional live. And all them people that seen it, they see the real hashtag Scouse pedophile man. They see that I was human. They seen I felt the pain. You know, they seen what a child is like leaving for his father at 43 years of age. And they know I am real. So all you people that didn't see it, my rest be assured with you that the people did see it, were shocked, and did see this guy is something else. And I don't recognise when I've done something good. And that's what one missus always says to me. I've got my missus at the side of me as a bit of support there, but she didn't see it because she was in another room, you know. And she says to me, you don't realise what you've done. You don't realise when you do good and all the rest of it. And again, I'll take my hat off and I have to go and see my little friend today because every good boy and every naughty boy has got a little friend in a child. And I've got a friend in a child by the name of Alfie in Farrett. He's got problems with his skull. He's got problems with his fingers. And he's my friend from Nappies. And he's my friend now. And he's getting to the age where he's going to big mainstream schools, and he's getting funding, and the council are just not using that funding. They've just dumped him in a school that's not equipped for his education. Do you know what I mean? And his problems, and they're quick enough to take his little boy's funding. Now, to make myself feel better, I had to go through what I'm going through. My part of my therapy was I had to go and pick my little friend up and take her for an haircut down at my friend's barber's at Mr. Snips. Big shout out to Mr. Snips for cutting my friend's hair. Fantastic job. But like, it chokes me up. It chokes me up. These kids are suffering. You know, they're suffering. The government are not there quick enough to put it right because they don't give a damn. They do not give a damn. They're all about themselves, what they can get, and I'm sick of it. And I've been reduced to coming onto YouTube, to do Facebook Live, just to get it out there to the people because I need to be liked and shared all over the place because, I mean, I'll call for Donald Trump to come and listen to my ideas, you know, because my ideas could generate millions and millions of pounds for your country. Your country. It wouldn't. My idea of a rolling fund for children, it won't just stay in the UK. I'll spread it across the globe because children across the globe, they need the voice, and I'm going to give them that hashtag Scouse megaphone, man. And I call for all the leaders of the countries to listen to my aspirations for your children, because my idea is a rolling fund, and at the end of the day, it will better your service. I professionalise social services, social care. Any part of social care I experience, I'm professionalising it. You know, I know it better than all the MPs. I've lived every part of the social care system. I've beat the system. I've been on the heavy wrath of the system and beat them. So I've been on the end of their heavy-handed tactics of their law breaking, still beat them. So my council, I'm being fairly ignored and treated really badly by my council. Farrett Council, Rob Gledhill, chooses to run up the high street. We run away from him with the chief executive. Quick enough to draw your wages, Lynn Carpenter. £191,000 a year. I'm being ignored. I'm being ignored by central government. I'm being ignored by the MP. And all the MPs that are dying to speak to me in the UK, they prevent me from coming to speak to me. They've got to be. My calls are listened to, my Facebook's analysed by the government, my calls are listened to, I've got planes flying around my house. They'll probably say I'm deluded, but I'm not. I'm not at all. Do you know what I mean? How am I meant to go to work to pay tax? How am I meant to do that? I'll see change in the people. This is my therapy. Making change for children and combating social services and making it a success. It's a success for hashtag Scouse Megaphone Men's Therapy. And I ask you, government, why is that such a bad thing? Why would you want to save your position? Why would you not embrace me? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's all about money. And the quicker the people wake up and realise, the better this place could be for everybody in their own countries. Do you know what I mean? Because my government is something else. They turn their back on it. And we've got an MP in the UK called Ed Timpson. And he does nothing about it but earn money off it. Adoption agencies, this, that and the other. He won't even come and see me. Oh, go and speak to this person. Go and speak. I've been through all the channels to get justice. All the channels. What my government want me to do is lose control. Start committing criminal offences. It's not going to happen. I need the people to get on board with this. You know what I mean? Get on board and let's push it, because it's the numbers we need. It's the numbers we need. You know? Everybody who's got a child that's never had social services or social care involved in their lives, it could happen to you. It could happen to you. Now, I was with my missus 5 years, no domestic violence, no nuisance complaints to my housing association, nothing. They come in, boom, took my baby, stole it. I had to listen to my missus wailing for 10 months. I had to keep their mindset. I had to give my son counselling, because the mother of my son was failing him so alarmingly. All the services were making referrals, and the social services did nothing. Yet the same social services that did nothing, and the social workers, stole my daughter on future risk of harm. This is why the government don't want me getting out. And when the housing association poison me with carbon monoxide and try and kill me, I've got news for you, Southern Housing. I've got a building surveyor coming around my house to survey my house. Southern Housing Group, we're banging trouble with what you've done. I had an inspection on my gas boiler because it was capped. It was poisoned with carbon monoxide. They moved me into a house with gas, and I was poisoning me missus and my kids with carbon monoxide. Now, this is why the government don't want me getting out. Because my Southern Housing were family involved with my child being stolen by my council. Now, I can't echo this enough. It's a criminal offence. And when my housing asked for the when my gas boiler was checked, a report was done on it. And I give that report to my legal team. And when my housing asked me for that report, I said they didn't leave one. So they fabricated their own and sent it on to my legal team and said that Mr. Bonds has got no hot water. Hashtag SCOUSE megaphone money's got no hot water. And forged their own report. So I tell you, Southern Housing, you've broke the law again. Pure criminal. You nearly killed me and you're trying to cover it up. And this is what the government don't want you hear. Because I can make change for children. They don't want to. They want to save their own positions, their own necks, and they want to save their own judicial system. Exactly what it is. I can prove local governments, foreign council perjured themselves. Stole my child. We went back to court and defended their perjury, didn't we? Broke the law, didn't we? Ignored the police, didn't we? Tried to adopt my child. Then my housing association tried and kill me. Now I'm telling you, Southern Housing, I've got a surveyor coming around to survey my house, and I'm going to show them how many flue holes for boilers are in my walls in my kitchen, which is going to incriminate you even more, because it shows you took out a boiler and put in an old boiler before I moved in, because I can prove it with the holes in the brickwork from the flue pipe. So the brickwork is really new, and the boiler that nearly killed us is over 17 years old rusty. Now the hole in the wall is brand new brickwork before I moved in. Now, the firmly shows me Southern Housing Association, you tried to kill me, and I'm taking it as an attempt on my life. Now, this is why government don't want it all getting out. Now, I got a phone call today off my housing association. I've had several complaints about really loud music and bassy music coming from your house, your outer house. I haven't even built it. I told Adam, Eric, oh, the summer house has not even been built yet, mate. Oh, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Oh, I must check that. I suggest you do, mate. Don't phone up my house saying there's loud music coming from a summer house, what you thought was built. You're unbelievable, Southern Housing. And I'll tell all you people on the street, this is what I've got to put up with. My phone calls are listened to. My emails are being watched. My videos are being taken down off social media. I'm number one watching this, mate, and I know that. The minute I go through a traffic light, mate, they bang me out. They'll bang me out, mate, and I know that. So I'll stay indoors. I just can't believe how the UK government want to keep turning their back on it. Hashtag SCOUSE megaphone, man. All about rolling funds. I could sort all their prisons out. You know what I mean? I could sort all their problems out. You know what I mean? Because I'm about rolling funds. So what we've got to do is we've got to like and share this. At one Mr. Bones, hashtag SCOUSE megaphone man on YouTube. Follow me on Misty Bones on Facebook. Let's get it out there because children are our future. I do a live every Sunday on Facebook. 9 o'clock. I'll be coming live on YouTube at 9 o'clock. Live YouTube. I normally do it on Facebook. Normally get over 1,000 people viewing. Get quite a lot of shares. The most I've had to 2,000 views in at one time. 96 shares is the most I've had just on my Facebook. I don't do no lives anywhere. So now I've come onto YouTube. Let's hope we can have a YouTube fan base. Get all the Facebook viewers onto YouTube. Get all the Twitter viewers onto YouTube. Hashtag SCOUSE megaphone man. And join me every Sunday live 9 o'clock. So please like and share this. And join me Sunday 9 o'clock live on YouTube. Hashtag SCOUSE megaphone man. See you all Sunday 9 o'clock. Take care, guys. Share this.